Welcome back to another episode. Today I am building the bed frame. So you can see that I've already had a bit of a head start. I've been doing a lot of work and not a lot of filming. I did end up smashing my main lens for filming the other day, so I was pretty devastated about that. So I've built the whole frame now, so it's very strong and sturdy. As you can see, I'm 90 kilos and it's not even budging. So I've tried to where I can connect it to the frame of the van rather than other pieces of timber that I've built in here. So as you can see here, everything's supported underneath. So this bolts into the van with a riv nut. A riv nut is a tool similar to a pot rivet that allows you to use bolts in plate metal without needing access for a nut to tighten. And all you do is drill a small hole into the sheet metal and put in one of these riv nut studs, and then when you tighten them up, they squeeze against the sheet metal, so you can put in bolts rather than self-tapping screws, which are much weaker. And this piece is sitting under this piece of wood, bolted in with riv nuts. And when I couldn't do that, I've used 2x4s as my main supports, and then the cross member is resting on that. So all in all, it's a very simple bed design. I'm about to put my slats in there now. The cheapest way I figured to do that is I found cypress pine fence palings that are 65 by 19 mil by 1.8, and that was the cheapest dress timber I could find. So it saves me having to rip a whole bunch of construction wood out, and I'm just going to chop them down to the right lengths and stick them so they support my bed. So these are the cypress pine fence palings that I got. They're 1.8 meters long, so all I have to do is just chop this kind of decorated bit off, and it's the exact length I need for my bed slats, so that worked out really well. It's a really nice looking wood. Too bad you won't actually see it underneath the bed, but I might use this wood later on in another project because it actually does look really nice, and it is quite cheap when I buy it as fence palings for some reason. So before I put the bed slats on and I kind of lose my headroom under the bed, I'm going to install my sliding table. So it's going to be pretty much the same design as the one I did in the chili van. So I'm going to use the rest of the wood from my bench top. So it's just going to be sitting about this high, pretty ergonomic height. It's going to be on heavy duty 50 kilo drawer slides and going to slide completely under the bed. So I've just got to make a quick little frame, and then I'm going to, on this side, have my drawer slides a little bit in from the edges of the sides of the table, just so you can't see them. And then when you slide it in, I'll just have to cut out this hole. Okay, so I've just cut all the timber out for the sliding table, and you can see what I mean with the drawer slides. This is looking underneath the table, and I've just cut these little strips out for the slides to sit on. You could put them on the edge here, but then you'd actually see the slides when the table's out. So this way you put them underneath and a little bit in from the edge, and then you won't actually see them. What I've got to do is screw this in and glue this in, and then this is going to screw to this. I did also make the table a little bit longer than the drawer slides, because when the table goes all the way out, there'll be about this much sitting still behind the bed, and that means there won't be like a little gap. So I've got on the table, kind of mocked it up, clamped it in just to see what it was like, and I put the drawer sliders on it, so it's all lined up. I did make a mistake. I probably didn't need to cut this bit out because I need to attach that to something. So I've just gone and glued another piece back in. So that's a lesson learned from next time. What I'm going to do now is make the frame that goes across here, down the sides. So basically, this is it. And all it is just 2 bits of 2x1s on either side, and then 30x75 that supports it. And I would have thought that this would be way out of balance because it's kind of just cantilevered here, but it's actually really solid. These 2 sides keep this thing absolutely rigid. So my table pulls out here and it's really nice and solid. So this holds 50 kilos, these draw runners. So it's going to be really good. Slides nice and smooth and locks in place. So what I was talking about, I've made the table a little bit longer, as you can see. So there's no gap here. So the table actually extends about 3 or 4 centimeters past this wall, but then it makes it nice and clean when that's actually finished. So obviously it needs a face still, but I'm going to leave it like this for the time being and finish the bed frame. Okay, so this is the bed more or less done. It is so strong. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Holds all my weight. No movement at all. No squeaking. It smells really nice. The cypress pine really just does smell super nice. I'm going to finish off my table. I've done this the same with my bench top, and I'm using this Cabot's benchtop clear. It's a gloss, and I put about 3 coats or 4 coats on it. It comes out so nice and shiny. So I'm going to do the same, sand in between coats. It's going to come out really nice. I'm now going to make the faceplate for the slide out table using the leftover wood. And because I don't want the faceplate to be 1 inch thick, I'm going to strip this wood in half using the table saw. I'm going to strip it in multiple passes as it is quite thick and it'll start to burn the blade out, and then I'm going to spin it around and do it from the other side. So I end up with a piece that's only 15mm thick. So I got a new toy the other day. Something that is going to be very handy is a Rarity Dustbuster, and I've rigged it up so I can use it now with my sander. To keep the table from sliding while it's open, I installed 2 push locks on the full extent, the same as I installed in my kitchen. So the part that separates the garage and the front is just a piece of 12mm ply, and I put a couple of holes in it. So this is going to be an access kind of cap, so I can access the garage if I want to from here, and it also means I can put surfboards longer than my short boards through the middle. This one here is for my short boards or fishing rods or something, so it'll go right through here, and then that kind of goes into this box that sits there. So the mattress that we've gone for is a foam mattress, and we bought a really high quality one. So it's 10 centimeters of high density foam and 3 centimeters of memory foam, and it is really soft. It's like sleeping on a cloud. I didn't want to make the mattress too high, so I wanted to keep it below around the 10-13 centimeters, just so we don't end up losing headspace on the bed extensions. and it wouldn't overlap the windows. So this particular mattress we actually bought from Clark Rubber in Australia. They're pretty good. They'll cut it for you as well there if you just bring them a template of your shape, because we had to do a couple of strange little cuts around the corners here where we've slept on it, and we are super happy with how comfortable this is. Okay, the last thing to finish this whole kind of back area off is to complete the underbed storage. So I'm going to do that on another episode because it's going to be quite a big job. But basically, we're going to have this massive pull-out deck that comes all the way out to here that you can stand on. And that's going to be the base of our shower. So our shower head just comes out here at the moment. That's just the tap, but that's just temporary. We're going to have these massive, big sliding drawers for storage, and a couple of open spaces so we can still slot the surfboards through. Okay guys, that is the end of this episode. I really hope you got some use out of it. The next video is actually going to be really one of my favorites. It's going to be on the side aluminium ladder that I've just built. So it's a custom ladder that fits to the side of the van for the roof rack, and it's going to be our rooftop deck ladder access too. So that is going to be in the next episode where we build the rooftop deck and the ladder. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out in a couple of weeks. As usual, if you like this video, remember to hit the like button below. It'll really help this channel out because we just really want to keep making more van videos. If you haven't already, remember to hit the subscribe button as well and the notification button so you don't miss any of the latest updates or the videos. So until then, I'll see you next time.